Welcome to another episode of the Maladjusted Monkeys. I'm Tommy Archer, joined always by the man to my left, a guy whose life always makes me feel better about my own. It's Mr. Shane Clupp.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, mate. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday to you.
Oh, yeah, 30?
Yes.
30, and you turned 30 outfield. So, I haven't...
Oh, the day I was coming home.
Ah,
So that was an awesome birthday present.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, you're 30, I'm 31. It's a new year.
It was good, actually, that you reminded me that it was your birthday, because I completely forgot.
Well,
Even though it was 4 days after mine.
Yeah, well, so I forgot your birthday, but then I remembered the day after and went, he's outfield, he's not going to know.
No, I didn't know.
But I called you to make sure that you remembered it was my birthday.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I haven't seen you since we recorded the last episode, which is like 4 weeks ago now.
Yeah, it
or
was
something
chewy.
like that. And a lot's happened since then. Obviously, like we said, it's been our birthday, ANZAC Day, even.
Oh, yeah.
That's
right.
how far back we're going.
Yeah.
How was your ANZAC Day?
Oh, really good, actually. Had a few drinks the night before. But then that day... did the morning service, did the midday service.
Yep.
Then I had lunch with Madison, had 2 more beers while we were there. I was home by, I think, 1:30, so it was good.
That's good.
Yeah, didn't get...
So you didn't stay out or anything?
Nah.
Just did, because you were required to do the morning service.
Yeah, as part of the
afternoon
Cataflag
service.
party, yeah.
Not at Brisbane, though.
No, in Redcliffe.
Okay, in
Yeah.
Redcliffe. And then you came home.
Yes.
So we're seeing progress.
Yes.
We're getting better at this.
Yes.
That's good. So how many drinks did you have that day?
What did I have, like 2 or 3? With lunch?
I don't know what you had the night before, but...
I have a few. Doesn't matter. It's not what we're talking about.
Madison's mic'd up. I love this as well. So how many? You don't remember how many?
He had a couple of schooners.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a lot less than what I would normally have.
I'll say. And you were home by midday, or after midday.
Yeah, just
anyway.
after midday,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. Man.
Yeah, no, it
I
was
did. I really didn't do anything because I had Boston. So
Yeah. Well, you were meant to come out to here, but...
yeah. That's right. And then obviously I had my son. So sorry, mate. So we basically just did had a look at the march through Ipswich, and that was basically it.
Yep.
Really. Caught up with Hazy. Shout out to Hazy. I know Hazy listens to the show as well.
Oh, awesome.
Remember Aaron Hayes?
Yeah.
Because he lives out there as well. So I ran into him at the march, and it was actually a funny moment because this is the first year that my son has actually understood the military and he can see the march and understands kind of what that represents. Not
Yeah.
exactly, but he knows it has something to do with the military. So, he wore my me multicam bush hat there and watched it and everything. I had my medals on, and me and Hazy didn't want to march, That's just not what we felt like doing.
Yeah.
So we're watching all the old diggers go past, and got to the part where the Iraq and the Afghan vets walk past, and everyone's clapping, and my son's clapping, and then you could see that those guys walking past saw us and saw our medals. And there were these older fellas that were like, "Oh, you two boys, jump out here! March with us. Come on, you should be over here." And both me and Hayes said, "No, appreciate it, fellas, but we don't need to do that. We appreciate it though." So that was a weird moment actually, because that's never happened before. And I felt a little embarrassed because then everyone around us
Just like,
was looking at us why aren't they going in?
Stolen valor.
Yeah, stolen valor, rip their medals off. They're not real. yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was an odd moment. And then mate did that, went and had lunch, and then back home.
It was kind of nice, actually, to remember the day.
That would be a first for you.
Yeah, I remember most of it normally, but not waking up crook hours and...
Because I think last year on an episode we talked about ANZAC Day. I think. Well, I don't even remember what we did ANZAC Day.
Last year.
I remember what I did, but I don't remember what you did. I think you went out.
Oh, I went home. I went home to Maryborough.
Oh, yeah. So you would have definitely drunk there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good for both of us. Nice and easy ANZAC Day.
Yeah, it was good, actually. It felt a lot more significant this year for some reason. I don't know about the rest of the services around the country and whatnot, but where we were, that was specifically focusing on the Afghanistan conflict, and actually read out the 42 names, and I can't remember if he was a veteran or not, but this guy read out a poem that was actually got me a bit teary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of got to me a bit. And
as in he wrote a poem?
Yeah, he wrote and read it. I've asked Madison. I think Madison said
I'll link it in the story.
It was really good. It just felt like a lot more poignant this year. Maybe because of that, but it was good.
And you made the paper, which we put up on
God.
Instagram. What was that for again, Madison? Was that was that Redcliffe?
Yeah,
Redcliffe Herald.
Mate, that got a lot of like. That's one of our best posts. You look good in that. And everyone's that's seen it that I know, they've all said you look like a World War II digger. Or something like because of or an old warrant officer or something because of the mo.
So they put us the night before the Redcliffe RSL because we're associated with them. They put us up in one of the hotels near where we do it. So in the morning we just get straight up, we're right to go, get dressed, head down, do the dawn service. So the night before we went to one of the restaurants along the water there, and none of the guys had known that I'd done that. I'd managed to keep it pretty quiet. And one of the boys was going out to dinner with his parents, and they came in afterwards to have a few drinks with us.
Yep.
And they go, "Oh, you're the young man on the front of the paper." And all the boys' ears pick up like, "Huh?" And I shit you not, within about 20 seconds, one of the boys, Keith, had it up on his thing, and they posted all over our group chat and shit. I got fed all night.
Celebrity, mate. That's a good picture. Be proud of it, man. That's probably the best picture I've ever seen of you. It's probably the most sober picture I've ever seen of you.
You know... Yeah, fuck it, I'll tell it. So, I have... The day that was happening, I could not find my grade 1 slouch hat anywhere.
So like your formal hat.
Yeah. And I thought it was at work. I went in that morning to grab it. No, not there. I must be at home in the cupboard somewhere. No, not to be. Can't find it. So knowing that, I couldn't find I left my other hat at home, so I couldn't just fold the side up.
Yep.
Had no puggery, no engineer corps badge, no unit badge. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do here? So I found one of my new ones that hasn't even bashed yet, held that over the kettle, quickly bashed it, went straight down to the RSL because I only had about half an hour before I was meant to be down there to do the thing.
Yep.
And I was like, need a bit of help. I need a chin strap, core badge, puggery. Can you help me out? Oh,
make me look like a soldier, please.
Yeah. Typical bloody digger. So yeah, managed to somehow cobble together that hat, and thank God in that photo you can't tell.
I was going to say, so is anything you're wearing in the photo yours?
Well, the uniform was, but that chin strap was held together with staples. One of the girls who worked there, it was her old puggery and stuff, but yeah, it had seen some years and some sweat. She was just hanging together.
Mate, well, I love the photo. It looks good. That's the best photo. We'll have to put that up in the video episode. Mate, I was speaking of media and stuff. I got on Four Corners the other night. Actually, I was in an for 1 second.
What do you mean?
You know the show Four Corners on ABC?
Yeah.
They were doing some story about the Brisbane Watch House.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Prisoner abuse or something.
No, mate. No. So I didn't watch the story.
So you wouldn't know.
No, exactly. But someone gave me a shout and said, "Oh, you're a card and you saw it on Four Corners." I'm like, "What the hell? What is it?" And then they're like, "Yeah, go to the Four Corners, 11-minute mark. There's fucking big TA, mate. Walking through. Sunny's on my head though." Yeah. Mate, just sunnies on my forehead, scratching my nose. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so there we go, mate. Both in the media.
Fake massage.
Yeah, maladjusted monkeys. We're fucking hitting new heights. We're all over the place. Can't stop us now.
What did you do after... What else been going on? What did you do after ANZAC Day?
What else has happened? Mate, not much. Just working, man.
Yeah, because I went outfield.
Well, this is your second time outfield since
this year.
This year, but also since you were downgraded medically, right? Because last time we did one of these catch-up episodes, that was your first time outfield, and you said you enjoyed it. It was good being back out, and it was a good, to socialise again. So second time out. How long were you away for? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
How was it now?
Yeah, good.
Where'd you go?
Wide Bay.
Okay. And what were you doing this time? Same thing?
Yeah, but obviously the intensity ramps up. You go from, your individual basic skills and stuff onto your team and your troop skills. This one was a lot more fun because me and a couple of the other guys had spent a fair bit of time making different devices or IEDs and booby traps for all the different scenarios that had to get played out. So I was essentially just running around being an insurgent for 2 weeks. It was awesome.
Actually, I don't know. Are you able to explain your role? I don't think we've actually explained what your job these days is.
Yeah. So, I'm a combat engineer.
Yep.
But I've been lucky enough to get posted over to 20 EOD, Explosive Ordnance Disposal.
Yep.
We're a part of 6 ESR. So we're just a squadron of combat engineers, and it's, I guess, for myself, like I got posted there as a dry load because you have to do spend a fair bit of time in the unit, do explosive ordnance reconnaissance course, then do explosive ordnance disposal course, both of which are 4 months, pretty hectic as well. Like there's a lot to fucking learn, and even after that, there's so much more to learn. But essentially, you're learning to deal with unexploded ordnance, so bombs and stuff that may fall, or rockets that don't go off, things like that. But then also defeating IEDs and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a big part of what I'm currently doing since I've been downgraded because I got moved to the training and certification cell is making a lot of those devices for the guys to be able to practice their drills and stuff on.
Yep. So then that's what you do out field.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much Jeremy Renner from the Hurt Locker, yeah?
No, I'm the guy trying to kill him at the moment.
Oh, when you're out field?
Yeah.
So when you're out field, you're playing enemy?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yep.
Well, kind of, because I just walk around I'm not dressed up or anything hiding out there. I sit off to the side with everyone else, just that the night before or the day before I go out and place all the stuff, and then I get to stand there and watch them as they try and get through it all.
God, that sounds a lot better than what we used to do.
Oh, mate, engineers it's the stuff. It's the good stuff.
So second time out field, and it's still going good. That's good.
Yeah, man. No, I didn't have any dramas or anything like that.
Well, you've had, and now we haven't talked about it yet, but I know that you've had your, what is it? Your medical...
my CMAC-R. No, wait. Oh God, I can't. Yes.
Well,
MAC-RB review board.
Explain what that is. Anyone who's not in the army, explain what that is.
So if you get downgraded past, I think it's J3, and I'm not au fait for this stuff. I just do what I'm told and sign papers. But if you've been less than downgraded to lower than J3 for over a year, it goes to a medical review board.
And that's what you've had?
Yeah, so I've had... I think I've had one, or it might have just been a welfare panel, but...
So just to recap, for over, you've been medically restricted from your duties.
No weapons, no explosives, can't even drive vehicles,
and that's due
at work.
Obviously, that's due to the mental health stuff.
As soon as you start taking prescription medication, with antidepressants and stuff, it's straight away the policy is just no good.
So you had your review the other day?
No, so I did up all the paperwork and did my talk with the medical officer, and all that stuff now gets sent away for big wigs to not debate over, but discuss and then make a decision as to whether I'm going to get extended for another 12 months. That he's on the path to recovery, everything's going well, or he's not recovering or whatever. We'll
so can you still be on medication and upgraded?
No. So I have to be off medication for 3 months, as well as not regularly seeing a psychological professional.
Okay. How do you feel about that? That doesn't sound right to me.
Well,
you probably, I don't know
because
if
you're still on the medication, there's still an issue.
What about seeing someone regularly? Because I would just say, in this day and age, we all know that's
look, there's
Madison's nodding. You agree?
I agree.
Yeah, but there's ways around it. So if you are, and I understand the logic behind it, because if you are every week, if you have to go and see someone every week because shit's that bad for you, you're probably not in the best mindset to be deployable. To go overseas, you know what I mean? To deal with other people in high stress situations, it's probably not the best sort of thing. You can't send someone away for 6 months when they need to talk to someone every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To me, it all depends on the context of...
Yeah, I mean...
I see someone regularly. Not every week, but I do see someone regularly. And I would say, the job I do now is a lot harder than... the one we did overseas, you know what I mean?
But I think the difference there is, because I agree 100%, but the difference is that if I got deployed for 6 months, there is no support.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you do your shifts, but then you've got time. You're going home every night or every morning or whatever it is. So, you've got time to go off and see. It's more, I think, not having the access to that care or potentially being stuck somewhere and not getting access to your medication. That as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, I mean, my psych said, earlier on, you're fine to engage in, all this stuff. You're not going to be a harm to yourself or anyone else.
Yep.
But, because of the policies and whatnot, I still wasn't allowed to do anything, even though the psych signed off and said, he's fine to engage in it.
Yep.
Yeah, but... it's fair enough, but what are you going to do?
Good attitude.
Yeah. So yeah, at the moment, so I had to write up it was weird actually because you got to write up a member's health statement, essentially selling yourself about how I'm this much of a benefit to the army for these reasons. This is what I'm currently restricted by. This is how much work I can still do at work. Whether or not I'd be willing to trade transfer or and things like that. So that's all been sent off now. And then I think it's about a 3-month turnaround before I'll even find out.
Oh, really?
But I'm confident that they're going to give me an extension though. There shouldn't be a drama. Work's pretty happy with me, I suppose. So
yeah, it's not like you're linging and not doing anything at work. Like you seem to be taking on other roles. There's other things you can do and you're contributing.
Yeah.
You're not just sitting in your room playing Call of Duty.
Not like we used to.
Not like we used to.
Yeah,
when you were able-bodied and able-minded.
When I was J1.
Yeah, exactly. When we were actually good to go.
No, exactly. So there shouldn't be a drama with that. So, but the pain in the ass is, we got Talisman Sabre coming up at some point in the future.
Yep, big exercise. How long is that exercise?
4 weeks, I think.
Yep.
I can't remember. I'll have to have a look. But
and this will be your first big exercise.
Well, I'm probably not going to be able to go because while I wait, I'm no longer J3, I'm J4, which is this limbo of, I can't do anything.
So what do you do that time when everyone's away?
What I'm currently doing, just...
Come out here and hang with me and we'll do more episodes.
Well,
sounds alright.
Take me for a drive in the police car.
Alright, mate. I'll say it's a Make-A-Wish thing.
Look at me. So, yeah, because I was trying to get out on that, same thing again, just placing out devices and things like that, but yeah, it looks like I won't be able to do that either.
Is there... I don't think I've actually asked you this since you got back in. What are the chances of deployments? Don't know. Same thing as usual. We don't know.
Yeah.
You might be going. You might not.
There are trips to a couple of places with training and things like that. Still Iraq, Afghanistan.
You want to do another deployment?
Fuck yeah.
Yep. Madison, how do you feel about that?
No.
Don't want to do another deployment?
It's something we'd have to discuss, I think.
You guys together? His first deployment?
No.
But you knew each other.
No,
she didn't.
No, I met him
until the second night back from Afghan.
Oh, really?
I met him out at the Vic in Brisbane.
Was I there?
No.
Where's the invite?
You were still in country.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, you came back. You were the last to come back.
No, I was one of the first to come back, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I probably lost your number or something. Your phone. Who's this?
Fuck yeah. Jesus Christ. Anyway. So, yeah. Possibility of deployment, but we don't know.
Yeah, not really. Not really in my current role, because it's really just training the local national forces.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Which is, it'd be good to do, but
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a warmonger, but back to train for that big game.
Oh, well, as we always say, exactly. This is the reality of it. You're a soldier. Yeah. That's what you want to do. So
yeah. But even there's been a couple of not really trips, but render safe. So going up to the Pacific Islands.
Where all the unexploded
PNG, places like that to get rid of old war remnants.
I know that's
would be
going
awesome.
For years. How is that still?
Oh, dude!
How much ordnance is there?
It's fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy. I remember years ago, clearance divers were going over there and doing it all.
Yeah. So throughout the year, different places, they're all sort of find stuff, and people just mark on GPS, and then when we've got enough or whatever, they send people over to get rid of it. So they would be good jobs, because you'd actually learn a lot about the CMD side of the house.
That'd be good. Hopefully you get something. I do hope you get something.
I'm hoping, because I didn't tell you that I'm getting weaned off my medication.
That's big news.
Yeah, so I was at 150 milligrams. He's cutting it down by 25, so 125 at the moment.
Yep.
But he reckons if everything tracks well, 4 to 5 months off of medication.
Yep.
I'm already only seeing him once a month. So I reckon in 4 months' time it'll be even less than that. So I'm hoping 9 months I should be able to put in to get mech upgraded to day 2 and become deployable again.
Because how long have you been on the meds now?
April last year. So over a year. Yeah,
that's gone quick.
Yeah, 13 or 14 months.
Yep.
Oh.
And it's been a while since I've received a phone call when you're waiting to go into your session
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
where you're drunk.
Yeah.
Basically. So that's good. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, we'll cut that away.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so
Mate, something new on the table. We haven't even
Yeah.
discussed yet, which surprised me when I walked in.
I was so
Walk us
pumped.
through it.
Oh, so one of the boys from work, Bluey, he's like mad into woodwork and stuff. He's got
Yep.
like a massive fucking thing of tools at his house, and I think I was just talking to him one morning about making different stuff, and he was talking about how he had this laser engraver thing, so he's been making
Yep.
pens and chopping boards and like engraves different stuff. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh man, any chance you could do this? I was like, yeah, too easy. I'm like, oh, how much do you want? He's like, nah, man, I'll do it for free. I was like,
We got that for free.
yeah, man.
Mate, that's what's his name? Bluey.
Bluey, Rutherford's Hobbies.
And they're in Brizzy. That's is
Yeah.
it like a shop or
No,
is it just
I think
an
he
online thing,
he
or-
works. Yeah, I think he has it online. Like he sells stuff on Facebook.
Yep.
But he goes down to I can't remember what markets they are. I'll probably ask him. I'll definitely throw a link.
Rolling
in
off
the
that.
blog.
But
Yeah.
anyway, obviously our audio listeners, we've on our coffee table. We now have a. How would you describe it as, Shane?
Like a wooden
like a
shield.
timber shield
Yeah.
with the maladjusted monkeys and our symbol on it, and it looks fucking epic.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So
It's-
Bluey, thanks, mate. We really appreciate it, and yeah, we'll have to give him a shout out. So what he's doing, like chopping boards and
Pens, fucking.
Custom woodwork.
custom woodwork.
There you
We
go.
finally got a producer.
I know,
The
how good is
producer is
it?
looking it up at the moment. So custom woodwork. You on the side, are you?
I am.
Madison all over it.
Brackenridge.
Oh, there we go.
Is that the markets he goes to?
Possibly.
He was so confident.
We're
up to that
still
point.
working on it. Oh, awesome. What else have we missed, mate?
What have you been up to?
Yeah, mate, honestly, not much. Like, there really isn't much going on, eh? No, sorry to disappoint, mate.
Wow.
Like, my life isn't as interesting as yours at the moment, you know? Like,
Oh, it's just that you can't talk about all the interesting
yeah,
shit
yeah,
that happens
exactly.
in real
And
life.
that's what I mean. There's a lot of interesting shit that happens. I just I can't really discuss, mate. But I called you the other night when I was on something interesting, which I told you a little bit about.
Oh god.
Yeah, but I can't go into that. But yeah, like this is just an interesting job
That
to go
was
to.
without a doubt one of I won't say anything, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the most interesting.
Like I
stuff.
just don't know how, like, it got that far into the dog.
That was not a job I attended, Shane. Okay, thank you though. I thought you were really going somewhere with that too. No, mate. I don't know. Nothing really. Just being.
How's Boston going?
He's good, mate. He's good. He's growing up very quickly. Anyone who follows me on Instagram would see now he's into Nerf guns and zombie killing and just being outside and adventure.
Have you just handed him down, or like your fucking myriad of
Pretty
of
much,
Nerf
mate.
guns, or bought him? His
Pretty
own?
much. We bought him his own, and he's really into. On Netflix, there's this Bear Grylls show called You vs. Wild,
Oh, I think I've seen something about
and
that.
it's interactive.
How the fuck does that work?
So the camera follows Bear Grylls around, right?
Yeah.
And then he'll get someone and he's like, "All right, we've got a gorge here. We're gonna have to cross. We can either try to swing across on this vine, or we can walk across on this log." And then like he'll look at the camera and be like, "You decide." And then like there's like a 10-second bar, and you've got to use your controller at home to pick which way you go. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like a kids show, I guess. And you pick, and then sometimes he survives. Other times you make the wrong choice.
And what, like they act out that he dies or something?
And then like he'll fall and he'll be like, I've broken my leg. This mission is definitely over. And then you got to like
that's
start
it.
again.
What? Start the whole fucking thing again?
Oh, not the whole. I don't know. You can go back to certain points, but you can replay the episode like 5 or 6 times, make different choices, and it'll take you down different routes or whatever. So you're not always going the same
Hey, look,
place.
each their own. Not for me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is it for children? Is that
It's
is that why
like
I'm not getting this?
yeah, that's why I'm like, mate, remember we started this talking about my son? So this isn't for you, mate. So what I'm saying is Boston's really into this show,
Okay, cool.
and it got him into like looking at nature and like the survival kind of thing.
Yeah.
So for Easter, rather than get him chocolate, I got him like a backpack with like survival gear. So he's got rope, a little toy.
Did you say chocolate in the survival pack?
No, there's no chocolate.
Did you say chocolate at all, or am I just hearing shit?
I said instead of getting him
Oh,
chocolate,
okay, cool.
because everyone else got him chocolate,
Yeah.
I got him like a little survival backpack, so we can run
nice.
around in the backyard and
Gerber, fucking multi-tool.
yeah, but like plastic. He's got like a little plastic Swiss Army knife, and he runs around in his boots and his hat. And what else has he got? Oh, a bug catcher, and yeah, just
Bug catcher?
Yeah, just like so he can keep his little bugs in and look
Does
at
he
them.
collect bugs?
Yeah, he likes bugs. He loves bugs.
It's weird.
Weren't you into bugs? Madison, were you into bugs when you were a kid?
No.
No? You?
No.
Right, just my kid then. You wait till you
I
have
knew it was
kids.
going to be messed up.
But no, mate, apart from being dad and going to work, that's pretty much it. I've got nothing really else going on. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
You assured me.
You assured me you would have things to talk about in this episode. No, well, like we said before, a lot of this interesting stuff I just can't
Yeah.
go into. As far as my mental health, like nothing.
Yeah, how are you tracking?
Yeah, pretty good. I'll be honest, like I've had some rough shifts lately in terms of more like my rosters. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, when I spoke to you the other day, I told you what my shifts were, and I was fucking exhausted,
after
mate.
I think we talked about it either with Stewie or with Sean Barry, but when you were having a bit of a downtime, you gave me a call and went up nutting a few things out,
Yep.
like you missed out on some stuff at work and whatnot. How is that going now? Like, you back on track with where your career?
Yeah, it's kind of a waiting game at the moment for me. I'm still obviously in a first response role,
Yeah.
doing general duties. Still got my eye on the things I want to achieve. But we don't know when that's going to come up. So,
Okay.
yeah, just kind of waiting out the rest of the year. Just got to keep turning up to work. And I started my promotion assignments, though.
Oh yeah, how far into that did you get?
Yeah, I've submitted one assignment.
How many more to go?
Mate, I don't even know. A couple.
Oh,
A couple.
God.
This should have been submitted quite some time ago. So if everyone at work, I'm like, big news, everyone submitted the first
And
assignment.
everyone's like, yeah, we're well and truly past that.
Yeah, but for me, it's a big deal. And they're like, whoa, hang on, Tommy Archer submitted the assignment. This is big news. That's an interesting thing, actually, because like we discussed, had our birthdays recently. I got spoiled at my station on my birthday. I don't know if you don't have social media, so you don't see. Madison, you would have
Oh
seen.
no, but I
Yeah.
saw you put up that post of you and me, and Madison will tell you. I was like, for fuck's sake, Tommy.
I knew, yeah. I was like, yeah, because I know Shane doesn't like me putting up pictures of him in uniform, but I don't really care. So I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Pictures in general, really.
Yeah, or pictures in general. But that was good, mate, because I was working 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. the day of my birthday. So rocked up and my mate Tash, she brought me a Woolies mud cake.
Oof.
Mate Dave made a cob loaf for me.
Oh fuck yes.
It's tradition at Dutton Park that on my birthday, Karen
Just
O'Shea.
yours?
Yeah,
your
just
birthday?
mine.
No one
Just
else gets
mine.
cob loaf on their birthday.
No, just me. That's policy. Normally Karen, one of the admin ladies, she would make me a cob loaf. And I was like, Karen's not here, for fuck's sake. Did someone forget to roster her on? It's May 14th. Every year. We do this every year, guys. So Dave, he brought in a cob loaf. And then my partner that day that I was working with, Fran, she shouted me Vietnamese for dinner.
Oh,
So, mate,
Jesus Christ.
it was a bloody good shift, yeah.
what did I get?
Yeah, what did you get?
What did you get?
Yeah.
You got to come home to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, happy birthday,
Yeah,
mate.
mate, that's
Eh?
pretty good. Actually, no, there's still. You've probably seen all the fucking notes around the house.
Yeah, I did
It's like
see-
50
yeah.
million notes.
Yeah.
Custard tart.
I thought that was nice.
Oh yeah, custard tart.
Yep.
Some balloons that said 30.
Yep.
It was really nice actually.
How do you feel being 30 now? You asked me that question last year when we did this.
Not
No
really
different,
eh?
It's the exact same.
I still feel like I'm fucking 14.
Yeah, well, I'd agree with that. You act like it, but
Yeah.
no. No, mate, apart from that, the birthday, that was probably the biggest thing. Birthday and Anzac Day. Not much else. But as far like to go back for your other question, mate, mental health wise and how everything's tracking. Yeah, feeling good. Has my ups and downs, but I think that's due to rosters and being tired, and then like weeks that I have Boston, man, sleeping's difficult.
Do you feel like you're getting better, or like things are like going towards something, or do you feel like you're just kind of tracking along?
Do you mean like with work or just in like
Mental health wise?
Mental health wise, probably getting better.
Yeah.
And that's due to, I think, self-awareness and understanding all that other stuff. But then, you're going to have those times where you fall off track.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, when you're in those moments, that's when it feels like you may be just coasting through and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, am I ever going to feel better? But I think that comes with the territory of the job I do. Like I said, you're working 8-hour shifts on a very strange roster where you're backing up really quickly after the shift before.
Yeah.
And then there's in a first response role for police, you don't know what you're going to. So for an 8-hour shift, your adrenaline's going all over the place because you just don't know what's coming up next.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll take you by surprise. Other times you're aware what job you're going to, so you're a bit anxious going to that. And other times you're just chilling in a car, talking smack, drinking coffee, and everything's all good. So, if you throw all those factors in, you can understand why there are times where you're like, oh, for fuck's sake,
it seems weird, like the processes, like we're going through two different processes with it, where like mine's like really structured and I've got to reach certain goalposts along the way, and you know what I mean, like, and it's all kind of predetermined where I need to be, whereas yours is really off your own bat. Like,
it is, it's hard. Like, you can have a plan, which I speak to my psychologist every couple of weeks or whatever, and we basically come up with a plan or make sure I'm.
But it's not really. It's not really work mandated. Like,
no. So it's not. You're right. It's not work mandated. It's more as a personal thing. Something I do on my own time. So like, if you ever get stressed or feel anxious, these things you can do, which I do well. But then, like I said, those other factors that you can't control. Of I think I'm going on, like, there is no normal day, but I go on shift and then something happens like that. Yeah. And then you're dealing with something you're doing. You're either screaming down the road real quickly in the car, trying to get to this job, or you're doing CPR on someone, or someone's trying to commit suicide and you're talking them off a cliff or a bridge or something like that. Those are the things you can't control, don't know when they're coming. So naturally, your adrenaline's going to spike, and then that's the stuff that you can't really keep structured. Yeah. Where I guess for you it's different because you're in a training environment. You know that. Yeah, well, it was almost 8 months before I was allowed to go outfield again. Yeah, so I had access to that care and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like two different roles as well. Yeah, and I think so I'm not the only one in an emergency services role that would feel like that. That's just comes with the territory. I feel like you can't be in emergency services in a first response type of role after, I'll say, like 3 years without having some sort of issue. Yeah. Whether you realise it or not. It's probably hypervigilance for police officers would probably be the first one. Yeah. And then there's all the other stuff that comes depending on what type of person you are or what you've seen or jobs you've been to. Yeah. So, yeah. And we've discussed it before, like there's that run at the end of last year where I just had like hectic job after hectic job while trying to deal with things happening in my personal life. So, yeah, I understand why I fucking got stressed out towards the end of last year. Yes, stressed out. Yeah, stressed out. Yeah, exactly. So, but no, I think where I'm at now, I've been on the right path for a while. It's just dealing with those little slips every now and then, which I can't predict when they're going to happen. I just expect it to happen due to the work I do. Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to mention while I was outfield. I ended up, I think one of the padres from one of the other units was out there. I ended up getting into a conversation with him about PTSD and things like that. And he was telling me about these, and this is one thing we're going to have to do, talking about going out and doing different pieces about trying different things. Is, I know there's a few around the place, like one in, I think it's Burpengary, one a little bit further north than Brisbane, and then one up near my hometown of Harvey Bay near Woodgate. And they're essentially retreats for veterans that are off in the bushland and whatnot, where veterans can go, like different places, different accommodation, different facilities and whatnot. But the one, I really want to go to the one in Woodgate, because the Vietnam veterans there that are helping to run it helped my mum out a lot while I was in Afghanistan. They're a really bunch of good guys. But it's just crazy talking to him, because they're trying to do the same thing, find practical ways to help veterans, and that's the other thing I was talking about was
first responders and trying to turn it into like not just a veteran thing, but like a first responder thing. And they were thinking along the same lines where, it needs to be more about like everyone in the emergency services, not just the veterans. But yeah, it sounded like really cool, like being able to go out, get away.
So what are they? Do you have to go in groups? Do you?
No, you can just rock up there. I'm trying to liaise through my mum at the moment to get their contact details.
Yeah, see if we can hook something up. Yeah, we'll go there, film something, and check it out. Try to promote it a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Like it seems like such a good idea, and they're looking at they're trying to get younger guys to come in and start taking over because they've been gifted a lot of land and whatnot. But, they're getting to the age now where they can't really keep the upkeep going or, when unfortunately they do pass on, they need someone to take over that to keep it there. Because that's probably one of the better practical things that I've heard of where, it might not be, on a yacht or something going off once, but it's somewhere you can go repeatedly, like every couple of months or something, go away, get away, and like just be around people who you can talk to and share that common language and whatnot.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll have a few more details about that.
Soon. It's hard to get finding, like you said, a practical way.
Yeah. So I feel like, Sean Barry, Sean O'Gorman, Stewie Locke, taking on guys and trying to get an employment.
Finding a purpose.
Yeah, finding purpose. And
I think there's never going to be one way. It's if you can take... With all the guys you just mentioned then, the guys that we've had on the podcast, take bits from everything.
Yeah.
And find what works for you.
Yeah.
I think then, it's all based on the individual.
That's the other thing I was going to say, man. Like, just by us doing this, like, because you know what I'm like with people. I fucking hate people.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't like talking to people very much. But, having met all the people that we have on this podcast, and like just it kind of opens your eyes a bit more to like and pulls you out of your head, like you're not the only one going through this shit, and like gives you more people to talk to, and it's like my eyes looking at what I'm going through in a different light, and it's changed how I think about the whole thing. Like I've had a few different people at work now, like people who I wouldn't have expected and to be going through it or to open up to me at all about certain things, and it's just like holy shit, like so it's been a good thing, like being open about what I'm going through has I feel like, and I know you've said it a lot of times, like you've had a lot of guys at work come up to you saying like they're going through something, and like it's cool to see that like it is having an effect, a positive effect on people opening up about it. So
Well, I noticed it heaps at work. Like probably since we started doing this, and people at work had heard about it. Then me and someone would get in a car together, and I've been working with them for like I've been at the station 5 years now. It's only last year where I'd get in a car with someone I've been working with for 4 or 5 years, and then they would say, "Hey, this is the stuff I'm going through," and I'd learn heaps about people. I'm like, "Holy shit! Like this is good. Our format's good, and it's letting people open up." As well to other people, not just us, which is good. And I think you're open at work about your stuff.
Yeah,
and I go to work. I don't care. I'm an open book, really. Hopefully, I'm not just walking in every day going, mental health issues. Who wants to talk about them? Like, you know what I mean?
I want to tell a story, but I won't.
No, go on.
No.
Change your names. Go on, mate. If it doesn't work, we'll edit it out.
No. It won't work.
Okay. All right.
I think when you boys show your vulnerable side, it gives...
Well, it's vulnerable, yeah.
It opens up other people to show their vulnerability.
Yeah, I think so.
There's courage in that.
Yeah, I think because we're that, like... It's like, this is what's going on, whatever. We're not preachy about it. We're not like, oh, look at me, I'm having issues. Or, like I said, all preachy about it. Like, we've got issues, this is how you fix it. We're just like, we've got issues, and that's life. Yeah. Here we are. Fucking
it's
whatever.
Normal.
Yeah, exactly right. Now what?
Nothing.
Tell the story, go on.
I can't.
Righto. How is it having him back, Madison?
It's good.
It's good?
We haven't really had many outfield trips this year.
Yeah.
So you get used to him being away, and then he comes back. But you're like, I miss him in between. Yeah. And then I'm like, when's that next trip? No. It's hard. It is hard getting used to him leaving, then coming back, and then you get along with you're here getting along with your life, and you just have to slot them back
why
in.
call me up every other day then?
You had no service this time. There was no phone calls.
Well, that comment you made then, you go along with life, you've got a structure. I remember hearing that. Well, that was in like one of the pamphlets as well when we went to Afghanistan and we came back. Do you remember that?
Fuck, do you remember that?
I don't know, mate. Because with that relationship, I was like, fuck, give me some answers, something's going on here. When I was with Charlie. But I remember that it was like, what do you call it? Was it decompression?
When we got back.
Yeah, so when you get back from a deployment, you do like 2 days decompression training. And I remember they gave you like a little Eka show bag with like some stickers and some booklets like, here's what to expect when you get back from overseas. You know, you may be a little angry and yell at your partner. That's not normal. Like stuff like that. I remember the pictures of like these actors, you know, like and the guy's like pointing his finger at it, like, you know, very realistic stuff.
Jesus Christ.
But I remember them talking about how, you know, you've been away for 6 months. For you, life has paused in your a way of we're thinking of it. Life back here has paused while we've been away at war, and then we expect that we just come back home and that we just slot straight back in. But a lot of stuff has happened, routines have been made and everything.
Yeah.
And then we come home and it's confusing to us. We get a little bit angry if we don't slot in straight away. So even him going outfield, I can imagine 2 weeks time, even though it's 2 weeks, you've still created a little routine here that you're probably happy with, and then Shane comes in with his fucking negativity over here.
That's why she has to smudge the house every other day.
He's leaving his fucking shit all over
negative
the house.
energy.
Yeah, you're leaving your negative energy all over the house.
That's
mate.
one thing I did say. I'm like, the house is so clean when you were outfield. It is so clean.
Yeah. Why isn't the studio over clean, mate?
What do you mean?
There was I had to step
They
over a
can't
bunch
see
of shit.
that on the camera.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling them about
push
it.
to the
stop it.
edges.
He's pushed to the edges.
It is like literally like if that camera panned in right or left, it's just a fuck fight there or a fuck fight there.
We've got to get winched out of here. Just so I can get to my car.
Like a hoarder's path.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, now the dogs are disturbing us again. Jesus, sort your life out.
It's good, mate. It's like a bit of chaos keeps it up, keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Madison, I believe we may have some stuff to talk to you about.
Yes. I've got some questions.
Oh, right. Send questions for you. It's a new segment
For me.
for us. Okay, that's a segment. We'll do up some music.
Boys, questions.
Ooh.
Okay, so one of our listeners... That sounds so funny. One of our
It's weird that
listeners...
we've got listeners that talk to us.
And they actually, like, write in.
So you mean our listener?
Yeah, so...
Barry, how are you?
So she's applying for the QPS.
Yep.
And she's got her interview this week, and she's wondering, Tommy, if you have any tips for her.
Yeah, I'll field this one.
Tips for an interview. Mate, there's really not... The best thing to do is just... It's probably going to be the biggest thing you do in your life. Just enter it with an open mind, really. Answer everything honestly. And, to prepare yourself for the academy, there's really nothing you can do. Like, make sure even though the fitness standard's pretty low...
Cop will cop, some might say.
You wouldn't, but some might say.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. I guess just make sure you're all over your fitness and just get ready to learn a whole bunch of skills that most people aren't really used to learning, I guess. It's... Yeah, for most people that go to the academy and get into the QPS, it's an eye-opener just being at the academy, If you've never learned how to deal with aggressive people or, enter a situation that you have no idea what you're walking into, I guess.
I mean, it probably was a bit different for you, like, because you'd gone through a similar thing with Kapuka. But if there was, like, one thing that you, like, kind of, like, really took you by surprise, is there anything like that you weren't expecting?
Yeah, actually, yeah, good point. For me, it was the academic side.
Yep.
Because I'd never really studied or anything like that. And I was just kind of, in my mind, like you said, gone to basic training, gone to a school of infantry, so you're used to those training establishments. And then obviously got to the QPS. Stupid me, why didn't I think, there's going to be some legal studies? You know what I mean? So probably, that kind of testing and assignments and things like that.
Yeah.
That was probably the difficult thing for me. But like I say, it's a bit harder for me because I came from a different kind of background.
Yeah.
But I guess if you just prepare yourself to be brought into new experiences.
But I suppose because when I was considering joining the Coppers, that I would not have. They've just kind of went over my head. Like, I didn't even think about, like,
Yeah.
academics and things like that. I mean, it's the same when I was going for the fire. He's like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, yeah, just get to fight fires and the police just shoot people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm going to handcuff people, you know, wrestle people, arrest people, and that's pretty much it. And then they're like, all right, our first test on, I don't know, I can't even remember. I should know this shit. You know, something legal, something policey that doesn't involve going hands-on or chasing people. I don't know. But yeah, just prepare for a situation you're not used to. For me, it was the academic side, but you know, she may be used to that.
The quote for 2019, Tommy Archer, something policey.
Shit. Yeah, that's. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, not in the slightest.
Good luck.
Yeah. Ask a real police officer.
Okay, I've got another question in the inbox. I don't know about this one, but Shanos, how does it feel living in Tommy's shadow?
Gee, that's a solid question. That one.
Living in Tommy's shadow. I mean,
it's a solid question.
It's a bit upsetting at times because I've tried really hard. I know a few other people have who have noticed it to try and get Tommy to lose a bit of weight so he's not overshadowing everyone.
Well answered.
You motherfucker.
Hey, no, it's a fan, mate, that listens.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's the listeners. That's not me. God damn it, Shane. Answer the question. Where'd you get your fashion sense from, Shane? I'm interested to know. The listeners are interested to know.
Look, I'll give you that.
Both in sweaters and blue jeans, if you would like to know what they're wearing.
Yep. Do an Insta post about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I've learnt a lot. But he got his soldering skills from me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What else we got?
Oh, actually.
That's all I have.
Is that all the questions you had?
Yeah, inbox was overflowing with
Yes. Oh, strength to strength. Maladjusted monkeys.
those two listeners, thank you.
Yep. Mum and dad. So that's a regular segment, is it?
Depends. We'll see how we
We have to
go.
stretch these episodes out. We'll do it 6 months apart. No, but
There's something
to our listeners.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I might recycle the question in a month or two.
Yeah.
There's something we've been talking about off air a little bit because I know you've brought up, like, obviously off air, like some of the different people who have contacted you being spouses of people
Yep.
who are obviously married or boyfriend, girlfriend to someone in the army or a first responder or something like that. And I think what I'd like to try and do is maybe talk to that a bit more.
Yep.
So if people had questions or even if someone wanted to like come on or we need to try and find someone like that. But like how have you been dealing with it since even before I guess my slide into depression and whatnot? Like, what was it like for you when I was first started going back into the army?
Oh, this is an interesting
You've
question.
sort of thrown me
Yeah,
this is
into
deep.
left field here. Well, it's tough because when we started dating, you weren't in the I was going to say police force. That's my other boyfriend, Tommy.
Yeah.
You weren't in the army.
Yeah.
So I went into the relationship thinking...
Hang on, sorry. I thought you were in the army.
Oh, no, it was, but we weren't dating.
We weren't dating, we were friends.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, got ya.
So he discharged, went overseas with you to Ireland.
That's why we weren't dating.
And then...
Because that trip was coming up.
Okay, let's edit that out. And then he came back and we started dating. So he was out. And then I was thinking... beautiful, like I won't have to worry about either going to training.
One of your friends had,
My best friend Sherry.
That's how we ended up meeting, was through her partner.
Yeah, I moved in with her while her partner was overseas.
Tommy Miranda?
Yeah, he
Tommy
deployed.
Miranda.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you'd seen like how hard it was for Sherry dealing with Tommy being on deployment, and
It was nearly 6 or 9 months. Were you guys away?
9 months,
9
for
months.
Tommy's trip, and then 6 months for ours.
So he was away. They only get a short amount of time to talk on the phone. If they could talk on the phone, couldn't give any information. So it was pretty much, hey babe, how's your day? Okay, well, love you, bye.
Yeah.
And that you might not hear from them for ages. You see stuff on the news. It's scary. And then when you come back, you know, it was hard for them because, you know, he's got to decompress from all his stuff. She's got a life that she's been living for 9 months. And I'm thinking, this looks hard. So then we moved back home to my hometown.
I'm never getting with an AJ.
Yeah, I was like, how horrible. And then we moved back to Gundawindi, my hometown. And then you said to me, look, I'm not happy. I need to go back into the army. And I'm thinking, no.
Fuck.
That's not what I signed up for. Like, that's not fair. Because we're not having, it wasn't a conversation. It was I'm doing this.
Yeah.
You can come with me or you can stay here. And
But to be fair, it was like the army or a body bag. Like,
yeah, I didn't realize how bad it was
Yeah.
because you hid a lot from me. And
Yeah.
I think I was in denial about a lot of things.
What
too.
was he doing? Because obviously when you're away, I rarely got to speak to you.
yeah, well, I was in
And you
Gundy.
didn't even really open up about that stuff.
Yeah.
I still don't even know. What were you seeing, Madison, from him when you were in Gundy?
Lots of concealed drinking
Yep.
and just he's making eyes over. He's like, just quite down, like quite depressed.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, oh, it's an adjustment to a small town, and
Yeah.
it's an adjustment to just having my friends and family around.
Yep.
Not realizing that it was as bad as it was.
Yep.
But then when we moved back, it was hard for me because I don't have many friends here. I don't have a
Yep.
family network, support network. I had to go to counselling because I was finding it so hard.
Oh, okay.
So I went through, what was it? The army has counselling
yeah, so
available.
you-
For spouses? and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, so she was able to get through
Can we...
VVCS?
VBCS.
We'll have to put a link up for that. 'cause
Yeah.
that's- yeah, obviously
Yeah,
that's a big...
definitely.
A lot
So-
of people don't know that spouses...
Are entitled to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause
So
it-
that really helped me. I was
Yep.
going every week.
Yep.
I think it's Veteran and Veterans Families Counselling Service.
Yes.
Yes.
It's changed names now.
Yep.
I'll have to look that up.
So
But yeah.
we can link the phone number as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to that, and it's a lot of doing the work on yourself, because it's like, oh, he does this and he does that and he comes home and rah-rah. And it's like, okay, so just step back for a second, take a deep breath. What are you holding on to? What's your issues with all this? So you've
Yeah.
got to do the work on yourself before you can come together and work together. So I think that's the best thing that we did was me go to my own counselling.
Yep.
I think this was before you had just started to look into counselling yourself.
Yeah, I think I was still with VBCS, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't even been downgraded at that point.
Yeah. So me going inward and looking into the things that I was dealing with has actually helped Shane and I in our relationship, because we can both come in because we know more about each other. I know
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I'm upset with him, and it's not because he didn't take the bin out, and it's not because he's been away for a week. It's all this deep-seated stuff that I had to work out.
Yep.
And we actually talk to each other better now. We can actually
Yep.
resolve things, and I've got the tools to talk to him. And I think learning about PTSD as well has really helped.
Yep.
Like, we were talking to Sean Barry, and it was off camera, but he explained PTSD to me in like 5 minutes, and I was like, mate, no one has explained that to me
I remember
that
but
way.
You're like, I get it now.
I was like, I get
We
it.
have to do it.
Yeah, we'll get Sean Barry from Extra Specialist back on just to talk about
Yeah,
that stuff.
please, because-
we never even got to that. That was we
Yeah.
could have gone all
I think
night.
that would help a lot of spouses, because I'm like, why is he like fine with me 1 minute and the next minute, like, I don't know.
Like, just, laying in.
No, the next minute he's just, I don't know,
Just in a different mood.
just in a different mood,
Wants
and I have to
isolated,
worry.
pushing you away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like, 8 to 10, not 0 to 10.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
now that I know how to deal with that, I think our relationship's in a really good place, because we can actually talk, and then I walk away, because I'm not a walk awayer, Tommy.
No.
And you're not either.
Well, no, I am, but she keeps following me.
Yeah, I'm not, we need to resolve this tonight. We need to resolve this right now.
Yep.
But I've learnt that you need to walk away and come back with a clear head.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's been the biggest, because it's been quite a while actually since we've had a argument where it kind of got nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it will start over something probably insignificant or whatever, like someone being in a bad mood or something like that. But it'll just be stop for a second. All right, let's readjust. Like,
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I know that I'm taking it out on him and I'm picking a fight. So I'll be like, hey, I'm picking a fight right now. I'm just going to go and chill out and then I'll come back and like, or he'll be like, look, I'm in a bad mood. I'm just going to zone out for a bit.
Yep.
And then we'll be like, okay.
I mean, it's not
that's
all
fine.
roses and...
Well,
Oh, no.
I don't think any relationship is, mate.
No.
Like,
But we're making...
it's like, not like we've figured it all out, but it's definitely so much better than what
Oh, it's so
fucking
much
used
better
to
than
be.
5 years ago when we
Yeah.
first had...
when we first got together.
Hey, we had a good 6 months. It
what was the first, I don't want to say red flag, but I've said it. So
It's out there.
when you first started going out, what was the first, can you remember the first time you were like, hang on, something's not normal here?
Okay, so I started trying to get Shane to go to see someone or talk to someone after our first ANZAC day.
And
So
how long have you guys been together at that point? before
we
the
got
first
together in
ANZAC day?
August.
Oh my God, woman.
So it was like 6 months.
months later.
Yeah. So can I talk about this? Or? Yeah. So
I was a civvy, so...
Oh, okay.
oh, good. Yeah, you were too. We'd gone out to the march.
Fuck, I don't remember which one this is.
It was when we were living in Brisbane. And then Shane had gone out with the boys.
Yep.
And he...
This boy?
Was I there?
I think so.
Oh, actually, this might have been at the plough.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Continue.
There'd been a bit of a...
I don't remember any of this.
I don't know.
No, go.
Just
go
say
for
it, I
Just
don't
say
care.
it. Just
Okay.
say it.
Had way too much to drink. I think it had a physical fight. You'd come in, your shirt was ripped. And I was like, are you okay? And you were like, I'd never seen you get upset before. And you went into the spare room to get undressed, take your shoes off, and you were just like hysterically crying. And you were talking about...
Manly crime, but yeah.
You were just
You were alpha male
hysterical.
crying.
Yes,
Yep.
Yeah. And it was stuff I hadn't heard before about Afghanistan, about Pody, and blaming himself for everything. And I thought, oh, there's a lot of stuff he does not let out. And then he drink. Then I was like, oh my God, I know why he drinks so much now.
Yeah.
When
He's
did you
suppressing
realise
everything.
that... Did it ever click in your head that every time you saw me, I was drunk?
No, and I
And
don't
when
know
did you
whether...
realise he was the one?
Look at that mustache. I think I didn't realise because we were in such a social place. Like, we're only early 20s.
Yeah, well,
we were
that's-
having drinks every time we
true,
had
yeah.
some
It
dinner. It wasn't...
People were always around, so there was always things going on.
Yeah, and we were meeting up on a Friday, Saturday, so we were
was
having
normal,
wines
yeah.
and we'd all hang out together as not as couples, but as friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it would just be a social thing. So I didn't realise that Shane was drinking all the time because I was drinking all the time, and it
Yeah.
wasn't a weird thing.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where when we started living together, I was like, oh, that's actually alcohol in that coffee cup. Like, that's, and it was a red flag, but
again, that mustache.
Yeah, I'll hang around for that.
But I don't know. I just loved him, and I thought we could work
I
this
can
out.
change him.
Yeah.
Well, now
You don't realise.
at this point in time,
Yeah.
from what you see of him with going to counselling and everything, how do you feel he's tracking?
He's doing so well. I'm really proud of him. He hates when I say I'm really proud of him, but I am really proud of him. He's actually...
I'm proud of him too.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
He's become
Stop
accountable.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you upload that episode of the podcast, mate? Because a couple of days behind now. But no, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's progressing and he's not going backwards.
Yeah.
And like it's a long journey. It's not like it's going to
exactly.
happen overnight.
Yeah.
But I feel that he actually wants it.
Hang on, this was meant to be a conversation about, like, your...
Yeah, I thought,
how did this get back to me?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I
I just generally want to know. That's why.
Yeah.
there's no script here. It's all good, mate. Relax.
Shane's stressing out.
Yeah, no,
Stop talking about me.
No, well, I agree with you, Madison. That,
Yeah.
I'm proud of him as well, and I think you're tracking really well.
Yeah. No, it's,
But that was interesting to hear your point of view.
Yeah, it's interesting to be asked.
Meeting
That
him when
I
he got
asked.
Yeah.
meeting him when he got out of the army. So I think,
Yeah.
well, I think like to be fair, because growing up with like I was raised, a majority of my childhood I lived with my grandparents, and my grandfather was a Vietnam veteran. He's totally permanently incapacitated. What is it? TPI, whatever the fuck it is. PTSD, all that good jazz. So watching how my grandmother dealt with it all those years, and all the stuff that she would do for Pop, and not only that, but like for the community, like she's always out there doing stuff in the community and stuff like that. And then the stories come out later, obviously, like Pop being posted around constantly, and like seeing kind of firsthand like how not at the time, I was too young obviously, but like hearing those stories and stuff, and knowing someone who went through all that, like I have a big appreciation for spouses of people who have to get posted around constantly, and you know have to
I know how to do that.
Yeah, how you wait until like 3 o'clock in the morning because your husband or your wife's on shift as an ambulance or a fire or a copper. I remember one day one of the guys I was on IETs with ended up living next door to me, and he happened to be out field at the time, and poor Holly, like they just had, how old was their bub, 3 months old?
Yeah, she's only little.
And Holly was so crook.
You were telling us
yeah,
about
so
this, yeah.
she called, I think she messaged Madison first, but Madison couldn't get away from work, so she called me, and I was like, yeah, I'll just come back from Ambly, I'll talk to my boss, and I'll come straight over. And when I got here, like she said, oh, look, it's not that bad. I'm like, no, it's fine, I'll come over. I got there, man. She was huddled around a bucket, like just spewing.
She couldn't stand.
Yeah, so bad. She's got a 3-month-old there. She's trying.
No family here.
Mate, that's
Because
rough.
they're from Sydney.
That
They had
is
no
rough.
family here. Luckily, her mum just happened to be coming up that weekend, so Madison shot down to the airport to pick her up. But man, like things like that, like it's fucking tough on spouses and stuff. Like
Yeah, man.
they do an amazing job to hold like families together and stuff while their partners are away.
Yeah.
And
Well, like you said earlier, like the original point, like if we can get anyone who's willing, who's listening, who is a spouse or knows someone who you're dating an AJ, or even someone from emergency services who has had that bad experience, get in contact with us. Cause,
or not even a bad experience, but like has it together, has it figured out this shit's easy, motherfucker. A, B, and C.
If you know what we can do,
I'd love to hear.
get in contact with us, and we'd love to have a chat.
I'd just like to see that other side.
Yeah,
it's not all I don't know, what high fives, shooting people, and
bum slaps.
Bum slaps.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree.
As much as we'd like it to be.
I wish, mate.
More bum slaps.
Yeah, exactly. My coffee cup is empty, and
Better go get some of that.
Australian Warfighter coffee.
Warfighter.
Shameless. I like it. All right, mate. Well, until next time. Thanks for having me in your house again, Madison. Thanks for being mic'd up.
Thank you.
Keep that a regular thing. Until next time, Maladjusted Monkeys. We're out.